Hi there, April Davis here with LUMA Luxury Matchmaking. So people always ask me, what are your top dating rules or dating tips for single people going out on a first date? And there's millions of tips out there, but we at LUMA Matchmaking will narrow it down and remind singles before they go out on a date. We just narrow it down to 3 tips. And those are, number 1 is 2-drink maximum. If you're just getting to know someone and you start downing drinks and doing shots, it's never a good first impression. So I highly suggest keeping it to just 2 drinks at the most. Another rule, number 2, is also don't talk about your ex, okay? You're on that date to get to know the other person. They're not there to be your therapist, and quite frankly, they don't want to hear about it. But if they do ask, you can politely just change the subject or just answer them and then change the subject, because it's just never a good thing to talk about the past, that especially in a negative type of connotation. So I just say, lay off the subject, don't talk about your ex, and also just don't talk about dating in general and all the dates that you've been on that were so terrible, or just how bad Match or whatever other dating site that you're doing at the current time, how those sites just suck or whatever, all that stuff. People just, they don't want to hear about it. They don't want to know that they're one of, the 100 people that you've been out on a date with, and you're probably going to be talking bad about them on the next date that you go out with. That's the mind frame that people will have. So just keep it positive and talk about the future. And then the third rule that we have, that we tell everybody that they fill out the form, is, stay off of the topic of politics and religion. It's so controversial right now, and it's just something that you can easily just avoid. Just don't go there. You don't know where they're at. You don't know what their stance is, or where they've been, and what's important to them or not. Just try to keep it to other topics, because you've been on this earth for long enough. There are so many different topics to be able to discuss, and just stay off of that one. So anyway, I'm sure you guys have millions of ideas of other date tips or rules to keep in mind when you're going on a first date. So I'd love for you to share them with us in the comments below. Thanks much. And also, if you haven't done so already, be sure to go to lumasearch.com and fill out the free profile form so we can consider you as a match to one of our clients. Thanks much, and see you soon. Bye-bye.